Thank you for having us.
Hey, how
Excited to
are
be
you?
here.
Thanks, Claire.
So, your organization specials in travel, but for young Catholics. Can you tell us just a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we specialize in taking people out into the beauty of creation to experience the Creator. So we do that in primarily 5 locations here in the US, in Europe, and in Central America as well. But yeah, really just trying to get people out into nature to disconnect and yeah, to open themselves up to what God has in store for them.
All right, so already I'm thinking young Catholics because I'm an old Catholic. All right, and I
I don't
have to
know,
tell.
Jay.
Well, I don't know, Mary. I mean it, but I have to tell you, I'm a huge hiker. I actually have on. I'm going to put it. Wait,
Can you see
where
them
do we
a
go?
little
There
more?
we go.
There they are.
I have on my hiking shoes. I hike.
You're ready to go.
I do. I hike everywhere. But as an old Catholic, I guess I'm just hiking by myself. Probably no one wants to hike with me, anyways. Where, where do you travel, and what are some of the activities you guys do when you travel?
Yeah, we primarily operate here in Colorado. That's where both Ryan and I are. We operate out of the Flat Tops Wilderness, which is a beautiful area um, in the Rocky Mountains, as well as New Mexico, down to a pilgrimage in Chimayo, and then a pilgrimage for the Camino de Santiago in Spain. We also do a pilgrimage for Blessed Pier Giorgio Frassati in Italy, and then some mission work down in Costa Rica. So primarily, we're going backpacking and doing pilgrimage. That's really where our like bread and butter is, and where we see a ton of ability to transform and have a ton of communion with the people that we're traveling with.
Okay, so I have two quick questions for you. First of all, what is the age range for the young adults on these trips?
Yeah, that's a great. It depends. Actually, Jay, you are welcome to come. We always have a few people. There is a large amount of people who are pressing for Creatio Silver, which we're
Ooh.
not we're not committed to that name at all.
I think I'm
But
feeling worse by the moment.
I know. But really, we do have anywhere from we work with some high schools here in the local Denver area, so that age, and then also people. I've taken people up to 70 years old on the Community Santiago.
But
So
let me just say this, Ryan and Mary, would they bring candy?
Jay
Okay.
comes with his own snacks.
Ryan, you gotta bring Jay on your next Camino.
That sounds good to me.
All right,
I've had a couple 70-year-olds on my trip. They did awesome. So if that's the ceiling, you got plenty of time.
oh, yeah, Jay's got plenty of time. That's awesome. My next question is what effect does being in creation and being so surrounded by beauty seem to have on these guests of yours?
I think it really brings them into this very natural. I see it as like almost like a story arc over the course of a trip. You're first you encounter this transcendent, amazing, like this is beyond me. Something someone else made this. God made this, and then you end up having the encounter with creation. They're like, oh, actually, like I'm uncomfortable and this is hard. And you're not just we're not a tourism company. We're not just showing you things. Like you're in it. You're walking, your feet hurt, you're tired, you're sweaty, all these things. So like coupling that experience of like this transcendent beauty that's like so outside of you with this very incarnate experience of doing hard things um, brings people into a moment where they can actually open themselves up to like how is God speaking to me in this way? This how's he asking me to respond? How is he asking me to change? Um, and then the group goes through its own little story over the course of a trip and uh, comes out a lot stronger at the other end.
It really does sound so wonderful. And I'm thinking of my own children who aren't children, they're older. They would love this type of thing. What are some of both of you, what are some of your great memories or things that have happened to you while you've been doing this?
Hmm. Mary has more to pull from, but I guess mine are all. I'm in my first year as a missionary guide, so um, I've done half a trip season so far. But um, I mean, like my last trip was backpacking, but before that was 2 weeks on the Camino, and it's super popular pilgrimage. It's like getting more popular every day, hundreds of people on it all the time. But a lot of people go into that like looking for this kind of like, oh my gosh, like God's gonna spell out in the sky what he needs me to do or something. And I came away with it and like all I ever say about it is that's like the best routine I've ever had. Like my favorite memory from the whole thing ended up being just this very simple, like almost monotonous kind of thing of like uh
Mm.
you get up in the morning, you eat breakfast, you pray morning prayer, you walk for 20 miles or something. You get like a lot of hard work in, break for lunch, make friends. The day ends at 3 p.m. You get glass of wine, a beer or something, hang out with new friends, with old friends for like the rest of the afternoon. Then you do mass, dinner, and go to bed. Like that's every single day, and that's that's what I want my life to be like every single day. Like I don't not just on the Camino, and it was really everything I wanted it to be. I'd want to do it for years, and it really was it really was exactly what I wanted it to be.
That's wonderful. And how can people sign up for one of your travel experiences? Maybe someone who's watching right now is interested themselves, or they have a child or a grandchild they want to pass this on to.
Yeah, our website is the best place to find out what we're up to, and that's creatio.org, which is creation in Latin. So creation without the N. We're struggling with spelling it. I know it's a tough one, but yeah, all of our trips are on there, and we do open enrollment trips, so trips for anyone who wants to hop on, and then we also do custom trips. So if you have a group from the parish or just a group of friends who want to grow as a group on a trip, we also do that. So custom trips as well.
And so everyone knows
Yeah.
there's costs involved, Mary, and I know that the guides have to raise their own salary. How could people help out with that?
Yes, Ryan and all of our other missionary guides fully support raise their salaries, and it's a huge blessing. I was a missionary guide for 2 years as well, and yeah, wow, what a gift our donors are to ourselves. And in general, yeah, any of the costs going to Creatio, you can find the donation page there, as well as support for our missionaries. And if you know anyone who wants to be a missionary, we're always accepting new missionaries. So.
Well, it has been a pleasure talking to both of you. Just so you know, when I retire, which is going to be sooner than later, as a silver guy, I plan to
I'm gonna
walk.
eat my words.
I plan to walk the Camino, and I'm going to do the Appalachian Trail. So.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah.
Jay, we'll see you there.
There we go. It's been so much fun, guys. Ryan, Mary, thank
Yes.
you so much, and
Yes.
keep up the great work.